Welcome to the Fierce as Fuck podcast. My name is Amanda King, and I help women step out of the fear that is holding them back and into six-figure sales. This podcast will teach you how to grow your business organically without all of the bells and whistles. Yep, that's right. No websites, no sales funnels, none of that shit needed here. I grew my coaching business from $0 in sales to $100K in 3 months. And now it's my mission to teach you to do the exact same thing. So let me ask you this. Are you ready for some epic shit? Hello, everybody. So I've tried to record this episode 3 times now. 3 times I've started this episode, gotten a few minutes into this episode and closed this, deleted it. And I am just not feeling confident in this episode, which is ironic because the episode is based solely on confidence. Because every day I receive so many messages from men and women talking about my confidence level, or that they wish that they could be as confident as me. They wish their partner was as confident as me. They love my confidence. They love how I hold myself, how I show up in this world. And I absolutely love that compliment. It makes me so happy to know that my level of confidence is helping people in this world become more confident of themselves. But I believe that when people start looking at one person and they start seeing the confidence in them, they tend to put that person on a pedestal, like not even consciously, right? We see someone we aspire to be and we put them on a pedestal and we think that they're perfect and that they could do no wrong and that they are amazing. And I just want to come up on this episode and say, that is not fucking me. So please do not put me on this. Do not put me on a pedestal. We need to have a frank discussion of like why the idea of confidence that you have been fed from birth is like an utter fucking lie and bullshit. Because when we grow up, men and women are made to believe that confidence means being the most secure person on this planet. And being confident within their own thoughts, within their own feelings, within their own expression every single fucking second of the day. We are told that confidence is this level of like almost perfection where this person understands their self-worth so much. They don't struggle with fears. They are the most secure person on this planet and that they don't struggle like every other person. And I think this idea further then tells people that they're never good enough because that's a level of perfection that no fucking human being can reach. Not even the most confident human beings. I am a confident individual. I'm blessed to be that. But it does not mean that I am not insecure as fuck. It does not mean that I don't struggle with fears. It does not mean that I don't struggle with rejection and people not liking me and being rejected by people. It does not mean that I understand my value and my self-worth every second of every fucking day. Absolutely not. I struggle so much on such a fucking level. It's astronomical. I struggle every single day. You see me show up in the online space, whether it's a reel, whether it's this podcast, whether it's a TikTok or whatever. And you see me get out there and you see me spit hot fire. You see me get out there and you see me tackle trolls. You see me get out there and you speak and I speak my truth. And I do. But also, I am an individual who is highly insecure. I am an individual who struggles with fear every single day. I am an individual that when I get rejected or when a comment comes up into my DMs that is just fucking mean and hurtful, I fucking hurt. And I am a person who does struggle with their worth and their value from time to time. But that doesn't make me any less of a confident human being. Confidence is not this level of perfection that you need to reach. If that's what you think right now, like throw that fucking notion out the fucking window because it's impossible. Perfection is impossible in every way, shape, or form. Being a human and being perfect on this planet, it's impossible. The human experience is so messy and so just fucking exhausting and so hard that there is no way that someone can really manage everything perfectly without struggling. There's just no way. So to sit here and say that in order to be a confident human being, I have to be secure in every aspect of myself is bullshit. There are days where I wake up and I cannot stand anything about myself. And I laugh because I had one of those days this morning. I woke up and I was just angry. I woke up in a shit fucking mood. I woke up and I felt heavy and I felt like gross in my body. I woke up and my face was all broken out, which didn't make me feel pretty. It made me really insecure. I woke up and I went to the gym, my safe haven, and I couldn't even enjoy the gym because I was so in my own head about what I looked like and how I felt and the insecurities I was going through in that moment that I literally sat in my car and cried for about 20 minutes after I did my cardio. And then I came home and cried for probably another half hour after that. And I tell you this not for sympathy, and I tell you this not to shake your trust in me, but I also want to be transparent as fuck because I still am a confident human being. But being confident does not mean you don't have insecurities. Even the most confident person on this world, whoever that may be in your own head, has deep-rooted insecurities. The difference is people who are confident allow themselves to be insecure and make it mean nothing about them. What I mean by this is when I feel insecure, I don't shame myself for it. I don't blame myself. I don't sit here and, well, sometimes I do. I do not defecate. Oh my God. I'm an asshole to myself. I'm mean to myself sometimes. I have impossible standards for myself to reach, and I get so fucking angry when I do not reach them. I am a person who has deep-rooted fears and insecurities about my body, about the way I speak, the fact that like I just said defecate instead of the word that I wanted to. I struggle with insecurities of not coming off smart enough. I struggle with insecurities every time someone says something on a reel about like, who the fuck are you to talk about this? What are your credentials? Are you a doctor? I struggle with insecurities about my body every single day, even though I respect the fucking shit out of my body. It is strong. It is beautiful. It is the best body I probably ever had my entire freaking life. And I'm still insecure as fuck about it. There are days where I pick at myself and tell myself I need to lose. I call it my shelf belly, right? It's the one part of my body that I feel like isn't defined. And so I pick myself apart. There are days where I feel like the ugliest person on this planet. And there are days that I just don't feel good. That doesn't make me any less of a confident person. Confidence is looking at your insecurities and saying, you know what, these are going to be here my entire life, because there's no way in your life you're going to be fully secure with every aspect of your life. It's impossible. Once you're secure with your body, all of a sudden you're insecure with your relationships. Once you're secure with your work and your business, you're insecure with your body. The human experience is taking these insecurities and learning the lessons that these insecurities are providing you, because each and every single insecurity is providing you with some type of lesson. And confidence comes from looking at these insecurities and sitting here and saying, you know what, I'm going to fucking feel this. This is something that is innately kind of going to be with me my entire life. And even if I tackle this insecurity, so say I tackle the fact that like I get to my best shape I've ever been in my entire life, and I am the perfect body in my head, I will find something else to be super insecure about. Because insecurities come and go. And when you tackle and prevail or master one, a new one pops up. That's life. if you were completely secure all of the fucking time, I really wouldn't want to be your fucking friend. That would be so fucking annoying. Like, it would be so annoying to be friends with someone who's so secure all of the fucking time, because I would feel like they couldn't relate to me. I would feel like they weren't human, because they're not. Insecurity and confidence is not you either are insecure or you are confident. No, you're both. You're absolutely fucking both. You can be confident and recognize that you have insecurities. And rather than sitting here and being like, you are a stupid fucking hoe for having these insecurities, you can sit here and say, you know what? I feel it. This sucks. Today, I don't feel great in my body. Today, I feel bloated. I feel gross. I feel heavy. I feel puffy. I feel whatever adjective you want to use. And that's okay. It's okay. I'm not going to sit here and make myself feel guilty about it and say, oh my God, well, I should be so much more evolved than this. Oh my God, I should be better than this. No, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to accept that today I'm going to have a negative body image day. But I'm also going to sit here and say, okay, I know that I'm going to have a negative body image today. I know this is something I'm going to be insecure. So what is something that like will make me feel a little better about this? And so like today, I posted a picture on my Snapchat of me in my bra and underwear. And I said, I am having a really bad negative body image day. So I'm doing this to prove to myself that I'm just in my head today. That tomorrow I'm going to wake up and it's going to be easier and it's going to be different. That's what confidence is. Confidence is allowing yourself to be self-aware enough to recognize that you have insecurities, but not feeling like you have to fix every fucking one of them, because it's impossible to fix every single one of them. It's about taking these insecurities and making them mean less about you and just that they're there. They're there. There's some annoying gnat that is following you around, and one day you're going to smash the shit out of that gnat. But until then, you just have to deal with the gnat being around your shoulder. You have to deal with that insecurity. Should you work through insecurities? Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm not saying you shouldn't. But I'm also saying to sit here and say that in order to be confident, I have to tackle all of my insecurities is bullshit. Bullshit. One of the reasons I feel I am so confident is because I look at these insecurities and I say, okay, these are pieces of me. Some of them are my own stuff that is brought up into it. Some of it is relationships and situations that I've had with other people that have caused this insecurity within me. But you know what? It's me. And they're beautiful in a weird, fucked up way, if we're being honest. Because every time I feel insecure, it teaches me such a deep-rooted life lesson, whatever that insecurity is, right? So if I'm insecure about my body today, like in 10 years, I'm going to look at my body today and think, wow, goddamn, I was a hot ass piece of fucking meat. There are times where I look at photos where I was like thinner than I am technically, like weight wise. And I look at those photos and I think, oh my God, I was so skinny. And do you know, in those photos, I bitched about how fat I was in every single one of those photos. I was never good enough, right? Because it was never about the weight, or it was never about my body. It was about me as an individual. And I was allowing the one thing I could control, which was my physique, to be the thing that I obsessed about because it didn't feel good enough or pretty enough or whatever it was in that moment. And so I needed that insecurity to teach me that lesson, that no matter what size my body is, like I'm going to struggle with feeling like I am enough, because I grew up in a millennial, so I'm a millennial, as a bunch of you are, and we grew up in a society where we were told we had to be 120 pounds. We had to be the Paris Hilton of fucking humans, 5'10" and like 2 freaking ounces of body fat on us, not even. And so there are days I'm always going to be insecure about my body, is what I'm trying to say. I'm always going to be insecure about being rejected and being, in a way, abandoned by people because of shit that happened in my past. because I've always like, I'm an Aquarius. I want to be liked, people. I want to fit in. I don't. A lot of people hate me for literally my existence. There are people who adore me. They adore my message. There are people who cannot fucking stand me. And every day I look on a comment on a reel, I see how much people love to reject me and say mean things about sometimes my physical appearance, sometimes about the fact that I swear a lot and like what trash, like how I'm white trash and shit like that. And I'm uneducated. And every day I look at those things like you think nothing's worse than seeing your own insecurities than mirrored back at you in people's comments about my teeth, about my cheeks, about all of this fucking shit. And that is so hard to deal with every single day. But also, if I allow that insecurity to take the power away from me, that person at the other end of that comment gets my power. And I'm stubborn as fuck and I will not allow that. So I force myself. Yes, the word is force, because you have to sometimes force yourself into becoming confident. You have to sit here and say, I need my power back. This is my power. They have no right to take it from me. And so I get up and I will say something to that person, or I will type something to that person, or I'll create a post or a reel or a story about that person and their comment, and I will address it because I won't allow that insecurity to fester in the back of my head. I'll take my fucking power back. So it's about recognizing these insecurities, but also how do I take my power back from this insecurity? Because it's there, it's gleaming like right in my fucking face. But that doesn't mean that I can't sit here and step into this, I don't know, I don't want to say next level version. I hate that fucking speak, but step into this almost persona of like, I am this confident fucking person. And when I'm confident and I show up despite my insecurities, despite what these people are saying, the entire world gets a little bit more confident. It creates a ripple effect. And with confidence too, y'all think I don't have fears. I get called fearless a lot. Bitch, I'm scared of my own damn shadow. I can't watch horror movies. Like, no joke, my brain is so impressionable that I cannot watch horror movies. They scare the shit out of me. I am that person who screams so loudly when someone jumps out in a horror movie that I make everyone else scream. I am so afraid all of the time. I am terrified. I laugh because I am scared shitless all of the time. And I'm not even talking about boo scary fear. I am scared of everything that there's fear, right? I'm scared of rejection. I am scared of success sometimes. I am scared of fucking not leaving the impression on this world that I just want to. I am scared that I'm not making enough effect. I am scared that people are going to sit here and say, oh my God, she posts half naked pictures of herself on the internet, and not take me fucking seriously because of that. I am scared that no matter how much work I do, there will be people in this world who just won't want to do better. I am scared of what tomorrow is going to bring. I am scared of what next month is going to bring. I am scared of what later on this evening, after I get off this podcast episode, is going to bring. I'm fucking terrified all the time. Confidence and fear you can be confident and be scared. The idea of fearless in general, right? People will say things like fearless means to live without fear. Absolutely fucking not. No one on this planet lives without fear. You cannot. You cannot live without fear. Fear keeps you safe. Fear keeps you protected. Fear keeps you from doing stupid fucking shit that you know you shouldn't do. However, fear can also keep you from living your best fucking life. And so this idea of being confident, meaning being fearless, is a notion that no one should ever think is true. Because it's not about being without fear. It's about having fears and recognizing that you're going to have to do the fucking thing anyway. I have no fucking idea what the future holds. That scares the shit out of me. I like to know what path I'm taking. I like to know when the results are coming in. I like to know all of the things. I like to be in the know. I'm a control freak. Anytime that life is out of control, my business, anything is out of my control, I freak the fuck out and I get scared as fuck. That doesn't make me less confident. It just makes me human. And so I look at these fears and I say, okay, I have a decision here when it comes to fear. My decision is I can allow that fear to ruin me, to dictate how I show up in this world, to once again take my power, or I can choose to run at that fear like a bat out of fucking hell. And there are times in my life where I have allowed fear to completely control me. I was like up at home and I was talking to one of my best friends, and him and I used to do musical theater together all the time in high school. I was always like the lead female, he was always the lead male. We're having a discussion about how we both wanted to go to school for theater. I specifically wanted to go to Broadway. I wanted to go to Broadway. I thought I could make it. I was like, I got spunk and personality and my voice is decent. I can do this. And I remember him and I went into our guidance counselor's office. And we both said to him, like, we want to go to school for theater, college for theater. And he said, why? And I said, well, I want to do Broadway. And he said, okay, or you'll just end up waiting tables like everyone else. And then he said to my friend, you're just going to end up a drama teacher. Is that what you want? And we allowed that fear to completely take us over. I changed my major. So did he. We both, after that day, which is crazy, have never, ever gone back on stage. I like in college, there was a theater group I could have joined. I wouldn't do it. It made me too scared because I was like, I'm never going to be good enough for them. I'm not going to be good enough. I'm not going to get a role. And like, I made that mean something like ego wise, like, oh, I want that role, but I'm never going to get it. So why even fucking try? I, to this day, have never sang karaoke after that happened. I won't get up on stage. I won't sing in front of fucking people anymore. I allowed that fear, his fear, to become my fear. And it destroyed possibly a lot of experiences I could have had in this life. And I loved theater. I loved it, loved singing. I still sing in my car like a psycho as loud as I can, but by myself. And so I allowed that fear to take over my life. I allowed the fear of like trying out for my high school, not my high school. I got recruited to play soccer up in college, SUNY Potsdam. And I quit after the first practice because I was too scared I was not going to be good enough. And I didn't want to get rejected. And so I quit and I rejected them before they could reject me. I chose in that moment to let fear win. I wasn't confident enough to believe that that fear was just, I don't know, the universe's way of pushing me and expanding me and not in a way forcing, but giving me the opportunity to grow and evolve. And so when I see fears now, and I think to myself, my God, I am fucking terrified of this next endeavor. Even switching my entire company, my entire brand was, I was a business coach. I had such huge fear to switch into sexual empowerment. And I'm not going to lie, for the first 6 months I did, I almost regretted the decision because I was not getting any results. I lost a bunch of my old clients. They were upset that I had transitioned. They were not happy about it. And then all of a sudden my dirty talk reels went viral and I got a bunch of men who degraded me, who were sleazy towards me when my videos were meant for women. And all of a sudden I'm like, holy fuck, did I make the wrong fucking decision? Did I, oh my God, this can't be right. Oh my God. Oh my God. But I listened to my gut and I knew that that was just fear, right? I knew that that fear was just trying to make me small. It was trying to make me complacent. It was trying to put me back into a space I no longer belonged in because I had grown out of it. And so I looked at that fear and I thought, God, this sucks. This is terrifying. I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to keep walking towards it. I'm going to keep pushing through it. And I did, and I was consistent as fuck about it. And then all of a sudden, one fucking video about women closing their eyes while they have sex blew the fuck up on TikTok, and it blew the fuck up on fucking Facebook, and it brought me all of the right people, the right men, the right women into my life, into my space. Fear is always going to be there. Use it as a motivator, use it as your best friend rather than allowing it to dictate you and how you show up, because it's not going to go anywhere. You have to run towards it sometimes. You have to go full fucking throttle, even though you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You don't know what's going to happen in your business, in your life, in your relationships. You've got to take the leap of fucking faith and believe that you are going to fly, because you have the ability to make yourself fly. Being confident is recognizing that you are a fearful human being, but you're going to do the damn thing anyway. Because even if you fail, even if you make the wrong mistake, at least you can sit there and say confidently, at least I don't have to ask what if. At least I won't second guess, like, oh my God, I should have made that decision. Like it's some long lost love you're going to obsess over. Oh my God, I had that opportunity and I never took it because I was scared. Imagine what my life would have been if I just like ballsed up and did it. Being confident does not mean that you do not have fear. It is you are confident enough to face that fear rather than run away from it. Being confident does not mean that you are secure in your fucking worth and value all of the time. This one kills me. I value myself as a human being. I am worthy of so much love and so much abundance and so much success. I know that. Doesn't mean I don't struggle with that every fucking day. Women in worthiness, especially, it is so hard to feel worthy all of the fucking time. It's impossible. There are people in this world that I am so good with my self-worth on. Like, I understand my value in that relationship and I can speak freely and I can be who I want to be. And then there are people in my life that I don't, that I constantly forget my own self-worth, that I'm constantly trying to chase after their approval or their validation because I feel I need it, that rather than recognizing that I'm valuable without it. And the only validation I need is mine. I still struggle with that every single day. When I launch something or I show up and I do a video and it doesn't do well, I struggle with my self-worth of fuck. Maybe that wasn't a great video. Maybe I don't know what I'm doing. Every single time someone questions my fucking credentials, as if like having a pussy and talking about things that relate to the pussy means I need to be a doctorate or have a PhD. I think those are the same things. See, in sex education or in the female body in order to understand the female body and to be able to talk about it. Every single time I see a comment of, who are you to say this? Or, what are your credentials? Or are you a doctor? Or do you speak for all women because you don't speak for me? I question my self-worth. Whether it is a stranger on the internet or whether it is someone in my family or a friend, I struggle with that. But I'm also confident enough to know that that's just part of the process. That's natural, especially as a woman. I have been brought up to not believe that I'm worthy at all of anything by society. And so when I do feel worthy, I celebrate the shit out of it. When I recognize my self-worth, I give myself a round of a fucking applause. And I am like, you are the baddest bitch. That's fucking amazing. But on the days or the relationships where I struggle with my self-worth, I recognize the lesson there after it happens. I take a step back from it and I think to myself, my God, I allowed that person or that situation or whatever it is in that moment to treat me less than. And that's my bad. That's it. It's my bad. It's my fault. I should have spoken up more, but I'm going to forgive myself and I'm going to say, my bad. It was a mistake that I made. Now let's not make it again. Let's have the confidence the next time when our self-worth or our value is being challenged or feels like it's not being reciprocated or appreciated, that we stand there and say, wait, no, this isn't right. If the universe gives us another opportunity that we ask for and that we hope for and that we try to manifest, let us in that moment, in that opportunity, be able to recognize our worth better than the last time. It's not about reaching for this level of perfection when it comes to confidence. It's about just being a little bit better than the day before, the hour before, the minute before. It's about taking your insecurities, your fears, your fucking struggle with self-worth and value and saying, I am me. This is something I'm going to have. And I don't need to fix it all because I'm not fucking broken. You're not broken. Just because you have all of these things doesn't mean that you are broken. It means you are a human being. And this is part of the experience, but no one talks about it because we sit there and go, she's so confident, without also these women and these men who are confident saying, yeah, but I'm also highly insecure. And the point of this fucking episode is to be transparent as fuck with y'all that like, that is a struggle. And those are struggles I go with on a daily basis. And I'm still confident as fuck. I'm confident to say that I'm confident as fuck because those things don't make me any less confident. They make me more confident because I am self-aware of them, because of my emotional intelligence towards them. It's because I can recognize when they are helping and they are hurting me, because some insecurities are actually helping you. They're helping you recognize things within yourself that need improvement. They are helping you recognize how you can treat yourself better, how you can love yourself better. They are helping you recognize where you can express yourself more authentically in this world. They're not necessarily bad things all of the time. So in order to be your most confident self, you have to recognize that you are allowed to have all of those things, fears, insecurities, struggle with your self-worth, and still be fucking awesome. You still have the ability to experience those things, recognize them, but make them mean so much less about you. That they are just a part of you that will always be there, but they are making you stronger, better, wiser, more emotionally intelligent because they exist. And they are making you more relatable to other people who are going through that exact same shit. So don't talk about confidence in this world without also speaking about all of the other shit that goes along with it. Because the last thing I ever want for any of my listeners or any of the people who follow me to think is that I'm some fucking perfect version of some fucked up person. Like I am this epitome of confidence. The fuck I am. I struggle every single day just like you. And we need to have these discussions, even when it comes to expressing yourself sexually. I am confident in expressing myself sexually, but I'm also insecure with certain things, right? I'm confident in saying, this is what I want. This is how I'm going to get it. And sometimes I struggle with like the intimacy aspect of it, of letting my guard down, of being vulnerable, of letting people in. Doesn't mean I'm any less confident in sexually expressing myself. It just means I'm aware of these things and that I'm accepting of those things. And so I hope this has helped you in some way, shape, or form recognize that you can be confident and still be all these other things, insecure, fearful, fucking sometimes questioning your self-worth. You can be all of those things and still be a confident person. It's just less about shaming yourselves. You do not need to shame yourself for anything, for any piece about you. Because the world is already shaming you for so much shit. Be the person who gets to be kind to yourself, who gets to sit here and say, I'm allowed to feel all of these things and not fucking feel guilty about it, not need to go read another personal development book in order to make myself feel better, not need to fix every insecurity I've had for the last 17 fucking years in this moment in order to feel better. I get to have all of these things and I get to be a confident human being and I get to show up on this fucking planet the way I want to be. I love you all. I hope you have an amazing day. I will see you on the next episode. You guys, thank you so fucking much for listening to the Fierce as Fuck podcast with me. Remember, the key to being successful in your business is taking the information you learn here and reworking it to fit your business and your style. The most important thing you do now is move your ass. Don't sit on this information. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. Take messy, inspired action and watch your business take quantum leaps in such a short amount of time. Be sure to join my Facebook community, the Fierce as Fuck Tribe, to get involved in a community full of badass bitches who are taking massive leaps, not only in their lives, but in their business as well. Oh, and of course, don't forget to head over to iTunes and leave me a review. Until next time, my beautiful bitches.